Welcome to This Week in BYU Athletics. I'm your host, Levi Jensen, of the swimming and diving team. We have a lot of great highlights on today's show. Let's start by taking a look at what happened last week in BYU Athletics. The women's basketball team only had one game as they hosted San Diego in the Marriott Center. Brenna Chase and Shaylee Gonzalez led the Cougars with 19 points apiece. Paisley Johnson added 16 points and a team-high 6 rebounds as they cruised to a 80-68 win. They are in second place in the conference with 2 games to play. The men's golf team started spring play at the Waialua Golf Club in Hawaii. Peter Quest shot a 6 under 66 in the first round, even par in the second, and a 4 under 68 in the final round to shoot 10 under and win the individual tournament. As a team, the Cougars finished 9th. The swimming and diving teams traveled to La Mirada, California for the MPSF Championships. Peyton Sorensen set a conference record with 42.24 in the 100-yard freestyle. He also won the 50 free with a time of 19.36. Ryan Sorensen swam a NCAA B-cut time in the 200-yard breaststroke with a time of 1:58.32. And Javier Mata also claimed an NCAA B-cut time in the 200-yard butterfly. Gwen Gustafson won the 50 and 100-yard freestyle in the women's race, setting a school record in the 50 freestyle, and the 100-yard freestyle time of 49.62 was BYU's second fastest time ever. On the diving side, 5 Cougars earned NCAA diving zone cuts, and the divers placed first in the championships with a score of 367. The baseball team traveled to Corpus Christi, Texas to play 3 games on Whataburger Field. In the first matchup, the Cougars scored 4 runs in the 7th inning en route to a 6-2 win over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. In the second game with Ohio State, the Cougars scored all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to defeat the Buckeyes 5-1. In the final game, the Cougars scored the go-ahead run in the 6th inning and added 4 more in the 7th to cruise to an 8-3 win over Oral Roberts. The Cougars are back in Texas this weekend for a 3-game series with Lamar. The men's tennis team continued their homestand, hosting a pair of matches. In the first matchup with Air Force, the Cougars defeated the Falcons 7-0. Each singles win came in 2 sets. Then they hosted Denver. The Cougars started strong, claiming the doubles point. In singles play, Sam Tulis, Mateo Verreau, Matthew Pierce, and Sean Hill all claimed victories as the Cougars won 5-2. They have now won 7 straight matches. The track and field teams traveled to Seattle for the MPSF Indoor Championships. On the men's side, the Cougars finished first with a team score of 93 points. Michael Bluth won the 400 meter with a time of 46.58, and the distance medley relay finished second with a time of 9:37.94. The women's team scored 46 points behind first place finishes from Lauren Ellsworth in the 800 and Erica Burke Jarvis in the mile. 10 Cougars will now compete in the NCAA Championships on March 8th and 9th in Birmingham, Alabama. The men's volleyball team continued their conference homestand, hosting Grand Canyon, leading the match 2-1. The Cougars trailed 23-19 in the 4th set. After 3 consecutive kills and 2 Lopes attack errors, the Cougars took the lead. They then would finish the match winning 26-24. Gabby Garcia Fernandez led the team with 20 kills. We have a busy week with multiple teams hosting home events, so come out and support the Cougars. The men's volleyball team is home to conference foe, Stanford. They play Thursday at 7 p.m. That game will also be broadcast on BYU TV. The women's basketball team finishes the regular season with 2 home games. They first host San Francisco on Thursday at 7 p.m. That game is on the W.TV. Then on Saturday, they take on Santa Clara at 2 p.m. on BYU TV. The men's tennis team will host Old Dominion on Saturday at 5:30 in the indoor tennis courts. And the men's basketball team has their final regular season home game against San Diego on Saturday at 7 p.m. That game will also be on BYU TV. Thanks for watching This Week in BYU Athletics. We will be back next week with more great highlights and features. Go Cougs!